Let's go out tomorrow. Meet me at the station at 10, okay? And make sure to dress up well this time.
Wait a second, Kiana. You can't just decide that on your own.
Oh, come on. You always show up anyway. Or do you actually have plans this time?
No, I don't have plans, but I've been thinking. I always felt like I was forcing myself to go along, and it's not just the two of us, right? Your friends will be there again. It's always different people, and honestly, having a bunch of guys there too makes it uncomfortable for me.
I don't think it's that big of a deal, though.
Maybe not for you, since they're your friends, but for me, I'd rather sit this one out. I think you'd probably have more fun without me there anyway.
That's not true. Besides, you make things more fun. Everyone laughs when you're around.
That's just because you turned me into the joke, right? I hated that, you know.
What? I take you out to have fun and you're upset over something like that? It's just a joke. Don't be so uptight.
No, see, that's the thing. I don't need you to take me anywhere anymore.
But we are friends, aren't we?
We are. That's why I'm telling you this. You don't have to keep worrying about me.
Why?
I already told you why. If you're going to act like you're doing me a favor by inviting me, then I'd rather not be invited in the first place.
Why would you say that?
Huh?
Why are you making such a big deal out of this?
I've been explaining the whole time, haven't I?
What a waste. I actually made a friend out of someone as gloomy as you. You should be grateful. It's not like anyone else would want to be friends with you. The least you could do is help me out a little. Let people laugh at you so I can look good in front of the guys. It's not like you have anything else going for you.
Kiana, is that what you really thought? I know I'm not the most outgoing person, and I don't always talk easily with others, but that's no excuse for the way you're treating me. If you think being my friend is something you do as a favor, then that's not real friendship.
What is this, a lecture? You're so annoying. I didn't say anything that wasn't true.
So you really believe that? You know, earlier you mentioned wanting to look good in front of the guys, but weren't you into Andrew? Did that change?
Of course not. You know how long I've been after him. I've been putting in effort. He's just so clueless, I swear.
Huh? You say you're focused on him, but you sure spend a lot of time worrying about other guys' attention, too.
Well, duh. Everyone wants to be seen as attractive. Why do you sound like you're judging me? What, just because you're some loner, you think you're better than me?
So you don't care how girls see you? Because right now my opinion of you is sinking lower and lower.
Oh, please, like I care what you think. Girls are all fake with each other anyway. No point in trying too hard.
And I don't even get the fake version? That's how little I matter to you?
Well, maybe if you actually did what I said, things would be different. But you're barely above last place in my priorities, so if you start acting out, I have no reason to keep you around.
Huh.
You're gloomy, boring, not even cute, no style, no social skills. Of course you don't have many friends. And now, when I ask you for one tiny favor, you say no. Seriously, you're hopeless. I don't even know how you made it this far in life.
It's impressive, really, the way you can insult someone so effortlessly.
If you apologize now, I'll let it slide. I'll even keep inviting you out.
After everything you've just said, I don't think anyone would want to keep spending time with someone who talks like that.
Wait, you're really not going to apologize? Are you sure? If you don't, we won't be friends anymore.
Go ahead, do whatever you want. If you want to end it, that's fine with me. Actually, I'd be relieved.
What? Are you serious? You don't even feel bad about talking to me like this?
That's funny. Wouldn't that apply to you too?
Are you really okay with this? Once we're not friends, we won't hang out anymore. No more invites, no more anything.
Why do you sound like you're hesitating? You were the one who started all this.
I'm not hesitating. I'm just a good person, so I was worrying about you. You'd be all alone after all.
Good person? That's a funny way of putting it. Either way, don't bother. I don't need that kind of concern.
Well, you're really hopeless. No wonder nobody likes you.
Yeah, maybe. I guess I was never the kind of person who enjoyed hanging out in big groups like you do. We were never really compatible, and this just made it clear.
Whatever. Later, loser.
Oh, right. Well, since we're being honest, there's something I should tell you.
What?
Something I've been keeping from you. Since we're not friends anymore, I figured now's as good a time as any to say it.
Oh, come on, just spit it out already. You're dragging this out on purpose, aren't you?
All right. A little while ago, Andrew confessed to me. Yeah.
Oh, I see. I see what you're doing. You're trying to mess with me, trying to get back at me for calling you out. That's cute. You really think I'd actually believe you? That you, of all people, got confessed to by Andrew? Do you take me for an idiot?
It's not a lie.
Oh, please. You're telling me that Andrew, my Andrew, confessed to you? You think I'm stupid enough to buy that? You, who's got zero appeal, zero presence, zero anything. Andrew's a guy who could have anyone. He could walk into a room, pick a girl at random, and she'd be 10 times better than you. He'd never pick someone like you. You're just trying to get a rise out of me, aren't you?
Believe whatever you want, but it happened.
No, it didn't. There is no universe where that happens. You're lying.
If you're so sure, why don't you ask him?
You're bluffing.
You know, it's funny. You've been using me as your little go-between, haven't you? Talking to him for you, dropping hints about you, trying to make sure he noticed you. And yet, it was me he confessed to. I didn't even do anything. I wasn't trying. And still, I'm the one he chose. Isn't that ironic?
No. That doesn't make any sense. I let you be around him because you weren't a threat. You were supposed to be useful, not... You were supposed to help me. You were supposed to talk to him, figure out what he likes, and tell me so I could use it. And now you're telling me that after all of that, after everything I did, he picked you?
I haven't even given him an answer yet.
Then say no.
What?
Say no right now. If you actually cared about me, you wouldn't even be hesitating.
It's not that simple.
Yes, it is. Just say no. You know how I feel about him. You know I've liked him forever. I have put in all this effort, all this time, and you think you can just take him from me?
I didn't take anything from you. You can't steal something that was never yours to begin with. You were so confident, weren't you? So sure of yourself. You thought you had it all figured out, that he was already yours, that all you had to do was keep pushing, keep playing your little games, and eventually he'd just fall for you. But you never stopped to wonder, what if he never liked you in the first place? At first I thought maybe this would be easier if he just fell for you. Maybe that would solve everything. I even tried to push things in your favor. When he confessed, I dropped little hints about you, brought you up, but he already knew.
Knew what?
Everything. That I was only talking to him because you told me to, that you were trying to use me to get closer to him.
No, he didn't. You're lying.
You really think Andrew is that oblivious? That he didn't notice how forced everything felt? That he didn't see through your little scheme? So I asked him. What he really thought about you, and you know what he said?
What did he say?
I'm not into girls like her. I prefer someone more reserved. So you see, this whole time you thought you were playing a game, you thought you had control, but in the end it never even mattered.
No.
Yeah.
No, that's not how this was supposed to go. I was supposed to be with him. I was supposed to.
But you're not. And now I am done holding back. I accept his confession.
No.
Yes.
You can't.
I just did.
Why? Why would you do this to me?
Because we're not friends anymore, and I don't owe you anything. You spent years putting me down, mocking me, using me, belittling me. And now when I finally stand up for myself, now that I finally have something you want, you're acting like I'm the one who betrayed you. That's funny.
Shut up!
No, I think I've been quiet for long enough. I let you control me. I let you make me feel small. But I'm done. I am not your punching bag anymore.
You think this makes you better than me? You think you're winning?
I think I don't care anymore. Goodbye, Kiana.
No, come back here. You can't just leave. You can't just walk away from me. Hey!
And so, she and I ceased to be friends. After everything had happened, I decided to move forward with Andrew. I gave him my answer, agreeing to be with him. When I told him, his face lit up with a look of pure joy. He said, "I can't believe you actually like someone like me." And hearing that made me so happy. It was a rare moment of genuine emotion, and I could see just how much it meant to him. That simple exchange, his words, felt like a confirmation of all the feelings I had been holding on to for so long. It was like a burden had been lifted from me, and in that moment, everything felt right. The awkwardness of the past, the doubts, the fears, all of it faded away as I saw the sincerity in his eyes. There was no more uncertainty. We were finally in sync. At that moment, I realized just how much I wanted to make this work with him. Being together felt natural, like it was always meant to happen. It wasn't perfect, and I knew we would face challenges along the way, but I had a deep sense of peace with the decision I had made. The happiness I felt was something new, something I hadn't experienced in a long time. Andrew made me feel valued, loved, and for once completely accepted. It was a new beginning for both of us, and for the first time in a while, I was confident about the future. The uncertainty that had clouded my life for so long seemed distant now. Meanwhile, Kiana, who had once been such an important part of our group, didn't take the news well. She didn't accept the situation and certainly didn't take kindly to the fact that Andrew was now with me. Instead of moving on or finding happiness elsewhere, she decided to make things more difficult. She couldn't let go of him, and she began to take drastic, obsessive measures to get his attention. She started plotting ways to steal him away from me, going to great lengths to manipulate situations in her favor. Her behavior became more intense, and it soon escalated into something that went beyond normal jealousy. She started showing up uninvited, texting him incessantly, and even trying to be in places where she knew he would be, all in the hopes of rekindling their past connection. She had crossed a line, and it was clear to everyone around us that she was no longer acting rationally. Her obsession with Andrew led her to become more and more intrusive, and what had once been a somewhat annoying behavior became something darker and more troubling. Eventually, her actions reached a breaking point. What started as harmless attempts to get his attention turned into outright stalking. She would show up at his workplace, at places we frequently visited, and even outside of his home. It was clear that her obsession with him was spiraling out of control. Her behavior was no longer just about trying to win him back. It had become a full-blown fixation that she couldn't shake off. It wasn't long before the situation became so severe that Andrew had no choice but to involve the authorities. He couldn't ignore it any longer, and neither could I. We had tried to talk to her, to make her understand, but she wouldn't listen. She was too far gone into her delusion, and it wasn't just harming her. It was affecting us as well. Kiana had crossed a boundary, and her actions ultimately led her to a situation where the police had to step in. She was caught up in a situation that spiraled out of control, and it was no longer something we could handle privately. The law had to get involved, and from there, everything became even more complicated. She faced legal consequences for her behavior, and the whole town started to talk about what had happened. Her reputation, already tarnished by her behavior, only became worse after the police got involved. No one could ignore how far she had gone in her obsession with Andrew. It was an unfortunate turn of events, but there was nothing that could be done. Kiana had made her choices, and she was the one responsible for where it had led her. She had chosen to keep pursuing something that wasn't there anymore. She had let her jealousy, anger, and obsession take over her life to the point that it had completely consumed her. There was no turning back for her now, and no one could save her from the consequences of her actions. For me, however, it was a reminder of the importance of boundaries, of knowing when to walk away from something toxic, and of valuing what truly mattered. I didn't want to dwell on the mess Kiana had made for herself, but it was hard to ignore the fact that her obsession with Andrew had hurt both of us. What started as a friendship had now been completely overshadowed by her destructive behavior. Her inability to move on had not only destroyed our friendship, but also damaged her own life in the process.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.